Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shanjeetha. Today, let's have a look at the most common disease which is being encountered by the parents and especially the moms during this climate change and during these climates. That is the cough and the common cold. So first of all, we just get to know what is this cough and cold. These are the common respiratory infections. Those are characterized by inflammations of the upper respiratory tract. And actually, it's most of the time the respiratory infections are viral origins. So the common viruses are the rhinoviruses. Even the coronavirus, influenza virus, they contribute to their part as well. And from medical perspective, these illnesses are caused like self-limiting. That means they settled in their own, either like treatment in the sense we can just do a symptomatic treatment, but they results in their own most of the time until and unless there is any superadded bacterial infections contributions. So let's see how the children or the person who is being infected by cough and cold presents. Normally they will be getting, like, of course they will be present with cough, and the sneezing will be there, then runny nose will be there, as well as stuffy nose will be there, then sore throat. These are the basic things. So normally often the cough will be present due to the irritation of the respiratory tract, that which is being caused by the viral infection. That's why normally we get the cough. And also the one thing we have to keep in mind is it's very important to note that antibiotics are not effective against the viruses. So in case of a viral infection, there's no rush for us to rush for antibiotic unless you get any symptoms of secondary added bacterial infections. Those are like the high grade fever will be there, the persistent fever will be there, and the phlegm would be yellowish sputum or greenish yellowish sputum will be there. In those in the presence of those symptoms, then antibiotic is advisable, that also with medical practitioners advice. Under their influence only those things can be taken. And the main thing is, in kids like toddlers and infants, they are not so good at telling the symptoms to the moms. Like signs, from the signs of like what the moms can see from the kid, then they can get to know, like there will be like increased rate of respiration that we call as tachypnea. And even in the infants you can see the nasal flaring. That means there is some involvement with the respiratory tract and the alveoli. And also with their food habit, and the baby would be like irritable, and the sleeping pattern would be changed, and the runny nose will be there, and the baby will be struggling to breathe. And from those stuffs, the moms, the parents, they can get to know the kid is having respiratory issues. And what would be the management is, normally the management is symptomatic management. The one thing what we have to do is like a complete rest. We have to give the kids a complete rest, and staying hydrated is a must. So whoever the kids they get respiratory issues, hydrate them well. That's what we advise all the moms. For a bronchiolitis kid, what we have to do, give them well hydrated and oxygenation. That means just clear the airways. Clearing means that is with the normal saline. That's it needed. No any and other antibiotics or medications are needed. Only the symptomatic relief is enough. Another thing is like the over-the-counter medicines, that is to relieve the discomfort, not as a treatment. And also the pain reliefs like acetaminophen for the aches and the fever, it can be taken. And also the decongestant for the nasal block, and antihistamines can be taken. And how do we can prevent this, like most of the things, like proper hand washing. These are like respiratory disease comes by viruses, means most of the time the self hygiene. Wash hands thoroughly, avoid touching the faces, and also practice a good respiratory hygiene, and stay hydrated, and have boost diets, and have a good immune by taking very boost diets. Ensure you are getting a very proper sleep. The sleep also influence in our diseases. If our mind is not relaxed, then the body is not relaxed. That is the thing we have to keep in mind. And stress level also has to be maintained, as I told earlier. Keep the mind calm, and the body also will be calm. And first of all, overall everything, stay away from the sick individuals. That means if someone is sick, someone is having cough or cold, you can just wear the face mask, or you can just avoid being in contact with them. Especially the school going children, they are so prone to that. They are kids, and all the kids are in one environment, so they are so more prone for that. However, one alarming thing is there. If the symptoms persist or worsening with worsening, it's like if the baby is getting difficulty in breathing, and also persistent high spikes of fever, chest pain, those kind of things, if they complain, if you see, it's a wise advice, better go for a doctor, better reach a medical professional, because in case of complications like bronchitis, pneumonia, those also can occur from this respiratory illness. So for those things to get excluded, you need a medical professional advice, and those supposed to be dealt with proper investigations and proper treatment. So normally these complications, it kind of goes away with the individuals with weakened immune system and the pre-existent health conditions, some issues. So these issues goes. Other than that, it's almost around, most of the time, the respiratory disease like cough and cold are always, it's a self-limiting one. And thank you.